Yeah, I'm cuffed up with my baby girl.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications for your deal. So you guys watched episode 2 of Instant Influencer, and I just wanted to come on here and give my thoughts and opinion on it. This is kind of turned into a series because I did a video on the first episode. So the second episode came out on Friday, and I wanted to check it out, and I had some things to say about it because this episode is completely different than the impression that I got from the first episode, for the better. So I just wanted to come in here and talk about it. I also took some notes again, so I have a pros and cons list. Last time for the first episode I had more cons than I did pros, but I feel like this episode was completely different, and I have a lot more good things to say about the show this time than I have bad things. So I just wanted to share that with y'all and see how you guys have been thinking about the show, watching the show, and I just wanted to come on here and give my thoughts and opinions about it. We're on episode 2 of Instant Influencer, and the first thing I wanted to say is that I really loved the way that James looked on this episode. The first episode, I wasn't really feeling his wardrobe. He had on like a burgundy suit kind of moment, you know, and with straps. Like, I wasn't really feeling it, but this episode he looked so good. His makeup always looks good, obviously, but he had on like this pastel purple kind of lilac colored jumpsuit, and then he had on like his all black with his, it looked like he wears his Balenciaga heels. I think they're Balenciaga heels, the ones that look like socks. But anyways, I just thought he looked really good. Everybody looked very good. For this episode, the judges were James Charles, Navina from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and Trixie Mattel, which is a known, you know, famous drag queen who's known in the makeup community, in the drag community, in the community, period, just as a big influential person. Like with the challenge in this episode, obviously, she was a perfect choice for a guest judge. Like, I kind of feel like everything in this episode made a lot more sense, and I think everything came together. Another thing that I noticed is that James was talking a lot slower. He was a lot more calm. I felt like in the first episode, maybe he was very anxious and he was just talking so fast, but I definitely feel like he was a way better host this episode. Also, so the first challenge of the episode is he shows up at their hotel rooms to kind of get the first challenge started for the day. And I really like the fact that they kind of filmed this show like a reality show kind of setup. Like, he goes to their hotel room. It's kind of like more like, if you watch it, you'll see it's kind of like a reality show type of like production, which I really, really like. And that's what I wanted from the beginning. That's what I was expecting from the beginning. From the first episode, I didn't get that. The first episode kind of seemed really thrown together, but the second episode, it's kind of like all falling into place. So I really like that. It seemed a lot more organized, everything with the challenges, the way from start to finish. I feel like the show was a lot more organized in the second episode. For the first challenge, they had to get red carpet ready within a certain amount of time. And I really like the fact that when they were being judged, James gave them he gave them critiques, but they were positive, helpful critiques. It wasn't just like, oh, well, that's not what I wanted, or no, I don't like it, or no, he was actually, you could tell he's very genuine about helping them. And I feel like all the contestants were very, you know, grateful to get his feedback on their looks, and they're registering what he's saying and holding on to every word that he's saying, you can tell, and taking into consideration to better themselves as makeup artists. So I really like the fact that he's giving positive, helpful critique. He's not just judging them, but he's helping them at the same time. I actually think this is a really good group of contestants because they all seem very humble. They all seem very open to taking his critiques into consideration to become better, you know, at their art, at their craft. And I really enjoyed that. It was really refreshing to see how much they were hanging on to his word to help them as makeup artists. Like, for example, Benny he was mentioning that he has trouble with his eyes watering with his eyelashes, and James was telling him to kind of, when that happens, to just kind of focus the lash on the outer side and put mascara on the inside. And the look on his face, he lit up with like, oh yeah, like that's so helpful, thank you. And that's probably going to help him a lot if he's dealt with that and he's never thought about doing that. That's really going to help him. So for James, like, big ups to him for giving positive critiques and taking the direction that the show is going. Just from the second episode, I'm really liking it. For the second challenge of this episode, they were to create a drag look. This is kind of like a drag episode. To be honest, the only people who stuck out to me on this challenge were Ashley and Benny, actually. Benny actually stuck out a lot. I really loved his look. It was very interesting. I love the colors that he chose. Ashley, I knew she's gonna kill it. I'm telling you, this girl is so talented. I've been following her for a while. she can do like so many different, she can transform herself. Like I know, like I'm very confident that she's gonna win this competition. And she did win this challenge again. This is her second challenge. She won the first episode. She was winning the second episode. And Benny is just adorable. Like, I love his personality. He's like, you can tell that he has somebody bigger inside of him. But he's just very like, I feel like he's kind of shy right now. But then when he gets his time, he has that confidence in him. But he's just such an adorable. I just think he's so adorable. Indigo, this is a spoiler. He was eliminated. I do agree with everything, all the critiques and everything that they were saying. I agree with it 100%. Indigo was one of my favorites at the beginning, but his look was the weakest. I think that he had the potential to do a really good look, but I think he choked under pressure. And he was eliminated, unfortunately. I really still don't like the way that they're eliminating people when they're having them sign off, as he's already told them that they got eliminated. So they're very emotional, and it's not really a good... It's just really awkward to me. It's kind of cringeworthy the way that people are being eliminated. Like, you just have to say bye on camera right after he told you that you're eliminated. And I'm sure you want to cry and everything. But Indigo had like a really good attitude about it, and he was able to hold his composure really well. But I just think they should find another way to eliminate people. They should not have them do that. I don't know. It's just very awkward. But James in this episode was so much better. As far as like host wise, I'm really excited and curious to see the next episode. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna get good, because just from the first episode to the second episode, it's already like so much better. So all I can do is see it getting better and better and better. So I'm going to continue to watch this. I am going to continue to come on here and follow up with y'all after I watch the episode and give y'all my pros and cons about it. But that's what I think is so far for episode 2. Good job, James. Everything's getting better. And I'm just really curious to see who's going to win this. I think Ash is going to win. But I don't know. We'll see. Thank y'all for watching. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and share. Please let me know in the comments who your favorite contestant is. Have you been watching the show? And what are your thoughts and opinions on it? I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video.